Soundtrack is a banger. I hope I got the audio mixed right here. I'm gonna have to play with that probably. It's a little loud in my ears, but I think that'll be fine once we get going because I do need it to be loud enough that I can hear things. Kind of curious if anybody's gonna tune in tonight. It's a little late. But what am I doing? I'm doing something a little different. I'm not coding. I'm playing a game. And this is an awesome game. This is a very awesome game. Gunship 2000. Alright, so I've created a squadron here. Well, no, I guess this is all of the squadron here. Boom, 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 boom. So these are different, I guess different save games, more or less. But this is me right here. My flight is the Attack Eagles. I've flown one mission. I got, actually I flew a training mission, and then I flew a single player. But I'm probably gonna start it all over and kind of grind it from the very start. So so I might just take like one of these KIAs and delete it, and we're gonna start here, and I'm gonna be no, you know what? I could just roll with this, actually. That's alright. I already did my training. I did one mission. I got 498, got home. And just making sure that this thing worked, you know? So. This is a combat flight simulator, specifically helicopters, and it is surprisingly difficult to find a mission-oriented, career-oriented helicopter game these days. In fact, I went and looked on one website. It was like the top 15 combat helicopter games of 2022, and this game from 1991 was on it. So there are two different theaters we can do: Central Europe or Persian Gulf. There is an expansion that allows you to do a couple others, but these are the ones we're gonna do. And we're gonna go to the mission briefing. Hopefully this thing doesn't freeze up. If it freezes up, you know, so be it. But I'm hopeful. I did finish a whole mission without freezing up. Okay, ops number UNK-180, Warrant Officer W1, Holmgren, from the Task Force Commander, 1,300 hours, which means it's a day mission. Call sign is Romeo. Primary mission, proceed to 13/13. That's sector 1313. That's, I think, on the bottom right. Or is it the top right? Engage and destroy a mobile Scud site. This is from 1991, remember? So it's gonna be kind of focused on like Desert Storm. You know, back in those days. Although this game actually came out before Desert Storm, which is kind of interesting. Secondary mission, intercept a EE-11 platoon moving south from 12/10. So they're actually not that far apart. 1313 and 1210. And it's moving south. Hopefully that's kind of toward the primary. The base is at 1014, and the FARP, which is the forward air refueling something. I don't know. Look it up. It's a day mission. Visibility is good. Temperature is 87 degrees. This is working, right? I think it is. 87 degrees, so it's a little warm. Enemy forces on full alert throughout the area. ZSU-23s are Not a huge deal. I can hit those from far out with missiles. SAM-13s are kind of mean. Toad guns not too bad. ZSU 57s are also not too bad, I don't think. Enemy air activity light. There might be hinds. Okay. MI-24s. Yeah, everything's really close together. This is going to be way simpler. So I basically go from the primary, or the base to the primary. I'll do that once we get out there. I'll probably take a Apache helicopter here. Alright, this is where we do our loadout, so we can choose. We have Apache. There's Longbow Apache, but we can't do that because we're not a captain yet. Super Cobra, Defender, which is kind of a light helicopter. Kiowa, Blackhawk for carrying stuff. Comanche, you have to be a first lieutenant. They never did build the Comanche, but back in those days that was kind of a thing that they were going to do. So Apache's kind of the best one I can do right now, and I'm not going to take it too... So I'm going to put some Hellfire missiles, Stingers on the wingtips. Stingers are good for taking down helicopters. We have a 30mm chain gun. It's full of ammo, and I'm going to increase our flares a little bit. Flares are good for infrared missiles if they're attacking us with that, so let's go. So for now I'm just going to go on crack troops instead of elite. Still getting used to this game again. I played it a lot when I was a kid. Copilot will not run the weapons. They're just gonna, you know, you could have the Copilot fire all the weapons and stuff. But I want them to just do the countermeasures. And then we're gonna leave it on easy flight. It's a little tough to fly without a joystick, so I'm just gonna leave it on easy flight. It's still fairly difficult, so let's do this. All right. Here we are in our helicopter. I pressed 9 to engage, and you can see the little green light come on the bottom left. And put up our throttle in collective. Should start taking off here. And I'm going to come up to about 120 feet here. I don't want to get too high. I'm going to start going forward, and then I hit F10. All right, so this is where we plan our mission out. It actually pauses the game while I do this. So I'm going to put a few waypoints there, and if I hit space, then it gives me the ability to edit these. This is a very short mission. Okay, 2. Go right there, and then we're going to hit the mobile scud site right there. So we're just going to fly through those mountains right there, turn the corner and hit that. And then after we're done with that, then we're going to be coming down here to attack this EE-11 platoon, which we may have to fly through that canyon. There's a FARP there if we need to land. It's another base, basically. We got to watch out because there's probably enemies in this area. So, all right. Now I can actually, one thing that's kind of cool about this is I can actually do a time compression. So on the top left corner, you'll see the mission clock, and you'll see that I'm going faster, like time compression. It'll automatically turn off if I see an enemy. Okay, here's our first waypoint. We're actually really close, so I'm going to switch over to Hellfire missiles. Probably see some enemies fairly soon. This is not normal. Usually I have to fly a lot further than this. Bottom right, you can see the tactical, the threat display. That'll, if anything shows up in red, it's an enemy. Sort of like a radar. It's not my normal coding live stream. I had to play with the settings a little bit. We should see the enemy here fairly soon. When we do, I'm gonna light them up. Of course, they'll probably light me up too. So on the left-hand side, you can see I'm going 146 knots. That's, no, 146 kilometers per hour? Or is it knots? I think it's actually knots. Nautical miles per hour. That's about 160 miles an hour right there.
Target front.
Okay, firing one. Fire another.
Incoming front. We're hit.
Shoot, we're hit.
Target front. Got primary.
Shoot, I'm getting hit.
We're hit.
I can't turn too much
We're
because...
hit.
Ah, that's not good.
Target right.
Okay, got them. Alright, what's on our
Target
right here?
right.
Oh, he's
We're
lighting
hit.
me up.
We're hit.
Wow. Okay, that was a little intense. I'm gonna hit F10 and evaluate our damage right here. Look at that. We got hit in the cannon. We got hit in the right engine. We got hit in the left wing, and I used up all but 3 of my missiles. Okay, that was not as successful as I had hoped it would be. I think that thing off to my right, that X that is kind of in the middle of the screen right now, that was a ZSU-23. It's a anti-aircraft, basically. That essentially was lighting me up. If I had turned and knocked it out first, then the rest would have just been sitting duck. So I have a choice to make now. Do I head back, or do I go after the secondary? If I head back now, no big deal. I achieved my primary goal, which was to kill that Scud site. I did get kind of beat up. I think I'm just going to head back. I don't think I'm going to go after that secondary. Although, man, it's really close. I might just head down there. See if I can do it. Let's see here. Line it up, and then I'll just fly through, essentially. Yeah.
Target front. Incoming front.
Okay, those guys.
Incoming right.
Okay, what do we got here?
Target right.
I'm going to switch to my cannon.
Incoming front.
Don't hit me. Okay, you missed. Whew. Okay, I blew him up. Got both of those. I only have 2 more missiles, so I'm going to have to use my cannon most of the rest of the way. I have plenty of cannon ammo, but I did get hit in the cannon, which means it won't fire sometimes. Getting hit in the wing kind of sucks. Lose a lot of... lose a lot of missiles. That port wing, that's the left-hand wing. There's a starboard wing as well. It's in red down on the bottom. At least I didn't get hit in the rotor or something. Or fuel. Or tail. So if I see something, I'll probably launch a Hellfire at it. Okay, I'm going to go a little faster here. Lean forward a little more. Check where I'm at. Yeah. Can kind of adjust it there, and then just, we're going to go through here. And when we find them, we're just going to be lighting them up with the cannon. That's basically what's going to happen here. But there's enemies all over this area. Oh, we got an enemy to our left here.
Target left.
PE9. I don't think he can reach me from here. Those things just have a machine gun, basically. Okay, now what is this?
Incoming right.
Oh, shoot.
Target right.
I think I can get him with the cannon here. He's dead.
Target front.
Okay. Should be able to take him out with a missile. In fact, actually, let me check. Alt-P gives me this view here, which is kind of cool. It's a ZSU-57 self-propelled anti-aircraft gun. He can fire up to 2.0 kilometers away. So once it hits 2.0, then I got to be careful. But that's my last missile, so I'm going to have to switch to cannon for the rest of the way. I can't just fire a missile and then turn away, because these are laser-guided missiles. Hellfires are. So... yeah, it's just cannons. Unless I see a helicopter, then I can fire my sidewinders at it, but or not sidewinders, stingers. Yeah. Laying waste all the way through here. Not bad. Really wish I hadn't gotten so beat up. On the top, you can see my, it's like the compass, and that green arrow tells me where my next waypoint is. Probably going to go a little slower through the canyon. $1991 graphics. Actually not bad. Really, when you think about it. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Only thing I don't want is for my cannon to get hit and I don't have any weapons. In that case, I'm probably gonna have to climb out of there, out of the canyon, and just basically bail out of the whole area and avoid everything on the way back, fly at like 50 feet. Hey, Chris. How's it going? Oh yeah, Shadowrun. You could probably play that on an emulator. This is on DosBox. Yeah, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Gonna be taking about a 2.5 week vacation here coming up in the next. It's in about a week and a half now. We're gonna go to Florida. So, how about you? What have you been up to lately? Play it through on a emulator, but just romanticizing. I know, this is such a part of me growing up. Like, I played this game so much. I still remember all the controls and stuff, and I played this when I was... I mean, this was the 90s when I played it. Okay, so this...
Target left.
Wait, what the heck is that? Oh, shoot. That thing's gonna eat me up if I don't watch it. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Coming into here. Just chilling, working on a React Native app. Nice. As you should. As you should. That's cool. You gonna stream tonight, or are you done streaming today? Okay, this is interesting. With these like really rudimentary graphics, it's very hard to tell where you are. But there's probably, ooh, yikes! You do not want to hit the side, or else you just die. You're dead immediately. There's probably, I could probably get a little higher, but I only have a cannon, so I need to be close when I see them, and I need to just light them up. But yeah, they're gonna be somewhere. There's a convoy basically. Now they will have their back to me here, so done for the day. Nice. Sorry, it's a little squirrely. Working on the admin portion of handling reports. Sorry, I'm having to concentrate. Super fun. Expo makes it easy to get testers involved. Yeah, dude, Expo just makes React Native so much better. Like, so many pieces of it. And I'm someone who likes doing, like, native coding, too. With my React Native integration, basically. Although, with EAS and some of the new things that you can do with Expo, it's not a big deal. You can do native coding. Are you using EAS? Okay, I can probably speed up a little bit here. Bump it up to about 90. As soon as I see them, though, I'm probably going to drop. Ooh. More work for that. Oh, yeah, nice. Now, I thought you were a little bit anti-Expo back in the day. Have you kind of like changed your tune a little bit on that, or did I misremember? I thought you were a little bit like you didn't really want to go the Expo route. Man, I flew through that whole canyon and they weren't even there. No! No! No, 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 no. No, it's frozen. I really didn't like the forced EAS aspect, but they relaxed that since then. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's one thing I really like about Expo is their team is good about listening to feedback, and they've been really good about like, oh, you know, developers don't like this. All right, well, we'll rethink it. We'll find a different way, you know. And I don't begrudge them for, you know, making something to make money with it. But yeah, you're right. It should be optional. Like if you really don't want to mess with it, then it makes sense. Like, you know, use the easy way. But if you want to do all the configuration, then, you know, do it without it. I think my game froze, and this has happened before, and a little bit frustrated with that. Not sure how to get it to unfreeze either. So I might be restarting this game. God. That sucks. I wonder if that's going to be a constant thing or what. Get it for sure, make that money, but opt-out is required. Yeah, I 100% agree. Okay, we'll try it again. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. If it keeps freezing, I'm probably going to have to play with my DosBox settings and see if I can figure out a better option here, because I don't know what's causing it to do that, but so 2 BMP2 platoons, a mech group and a platoon. Night mission, ooh, 21 knots, yikes. The wind is pretty whipping. 64 degrees will be good. ZSU 23, BMP 1, infantry, and SAM 6. Am I hip? At least they're headed toward each other. So like I can meet them kind of in the middle and just blow them both up at the same time. Maybe. That's the theory anyway. Let's go with Apache. Load it up with some Hellfires. Maybe some Stingers. Actually, I didn't see how many helicopters they expect. Light. Okay, probably not going to see any. If I do, I can take them down with my Stingers. Yeah, should be good. Alright, try this again. Alright, plan the mission out. Okay, we got a ways to go here, so I'm just going to go straight for him because this is a long ways. Only thing is I don't like approaching from the front because then they just blow the crap out of my helicopter. So if I approach them from the back, wherever they are, let's see. They're coming from that airfield and they're kind of coming that way. So I expect them to already be past this point by the time I get there. But I'll hit there and then I'll kind of come through and search through this area to see how far they go. But basically they're probably driving. I don't think they're following that road. Maybe they are. If they are, that's going to be annoying because trying to find them is going to be difficult. But all right, now I'm just going to time compression all the way over there. Let's see here. Side note, I'm dealing with moderation of image and someone asked me about automating it. I totally recommend NSFW.js as an approach I might take. Infinite Red is super cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's my business partner, Gant Laborde's library that he created, NSFW. Actually, Todd Worth also helped him with that. It's really cool. Obviously, it's not like fully fleshed out in terms of, you know, full feature everything and get everything, you know. But it's a pretty good way to get started with it. And of course, it uses TensorFlow.js, which is really cool. You know, use it in JavaScript anywhere. And there's just like, I want to mention I had no idea you were part of Infinite Red until recently. Yeah, I'm one of the founders. So yeah, Todd and I both had companies, and then we merged our companies together to become Infinite Red. And then Gant came aboard a little bit later as one of the owners, and we run it all three of us together. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just happy that I get to have a company where I can sort of justify streaming as part of what I do. Because, you know, like, just like you, Chris, like I'd rather stream, you know, but oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Did it pop up anywhere? I've got my Diane. Wow, I'm getting a bunch of follows all of a sudden. Why are they not showing up anywhere? I'm gonna pause this game for a second. Figure out why they're not showing up. Why are they not showing up? That's weird. Are they in the wrong spot? I appreciate the follows, everybody. I don't know why they're not like showing up on my screen here. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. Twitch alerts. Okay. Add. And then I'm going to delete this other one. Delete that layer. So I'm using the Twitch Studio for this because I don't want to mess up my normal coding thing here. Save. And then I'll try replaying it. Hey, there's Hyper. And I'll play the other ones too. My bad. Yeah, thanks for the follow, everybody. Lua and Hyper. They're my friends. They got judged. Oh, Chris sent us there. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just playing this old DOS game called Gunship 2000 that I loved when I was a kid. So Chris is awesome. Chris gave me some really cool advice when I started streaming. I just asked him some questions in chat, and Chris, of course, is like, oh, jeez, I got a bad
Target
guy.
left. Incoming front.
I'm gonna get killed here. I'm firing a missile at him, Hellfire, but watch this, I'm gonna get blasted. Oh, he missed. Okay. See, that's what this game's all about. All of a sudden, there's someone there, and you gotta deal with it. But yeah, I just asked some questions, and Chris was like, yeah, like, I don't even remember exactly what we were asking. What
Target
I was asking.
left.
Okay, this one's gonna be a little easier because he only has a machine gun, and he's not gonna be able to reach me. That's a ZSU 23. Dead. If I go to F10, which pauses the game, by the way, you can see the X's. That basically is where I just killed them. So I'm trying to get to the P, the primary there, and destroy some BMP2s, which are mean. Like, they'll fire missiles at you. So, hey, Hyper. I subsist on praise. So you have helped me live another day. Yeah. No, it was really helpful. I appreciate it, and you were super kind. And just the way you interact with your chat, where you're really chill, and you don't. Actually, one of the things you said was like, "I'm not going to do this if it's not fun for me." And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. That's how I should be." Because it's not like if you want me to make a YouTube video and do it by doing a bunch of preparation and stuff like that, I'm just going to dread it because I hate preparing for stuff. So this has to be done on my terms. It has to be done in a way that I actually enjoy it, And that kind of came from you. All right, we're going to skip ahead here. See, now it will turn off the time compression. Like, we're going really fast because I'm doing time compression.
Target right.
Oh, yep, BMP2.
Incoming
Don't know
front.
if that's one of them. Okay, I jammed it. Okay, I gotta turn so the missile doesn't hit me. Okay, it flew by. You can jam some missiles, but not all missiles. And on the bottom right, if you look at the bottom right, there's an R, IR, and L. R means a radar-guided missile. IR means infrared, which is like heat signature. And then L is laser, and you can't jam lasers. But there's no lasers in this particular theater. That's in the Central Europe one. This is the Persian Gulf. How close are we getting? That was a BMP-3. Or no, was it a BMP-2? I don't remember. But that's interesting because I'm looking for BMP-2 mech group here. In the bottom left, you can see how many missiles I have. I have 3 on the left, 3 on the right, Hellfire.
Target right.
Infantry is going to be a problem.
Incoming front.
That's going to be a problem.
Target right.
There's another infantry. Shoot. Can't really blow those up with missiles,
Incoming right. Incoming right.
Shoot. These guys are going to light me up. I'm going to actually go to my map for a second here. Oh boy. So if I shoot missiles at them, they're not gonna die. It's better to use a cannon on these guys, but look how far away they are. I can't use a cannon until I get within about 1.5 kilometers. And yikes. I could go away from them and then like come around this mountain. I could go away. Yeah, this is not good. I'm gonna actually...
We're hit. Incoming right. We're hit.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm going away from them. Okay, I managed to
Target
jam
right.
them. And there's another enemy.
Incoming right. Incoming right.
I'm gonna fire a missile at this guy.
We're hit. Incoming right.
No!
Incoming front.
I think I'm gonna die.
We're hit. We're hit. Incoming right.
Okay. I'm really low right now because I'm trying to get away. But I do not have a cannon anymore.
Incoming right.
Okay, I do not have a cannon anymore, and that's the only thing that can knock these out. Because look here. In the top right, you've got the helicopter. The front bottom of it is the cannon. And you can see that it's a red dot there. That means that that's dead. Not only that, but they knocked out one of my wings, which has missiles on it. And they hit my engine, and they hit my, I think, avionics. Or optics, one of the two. Which means I'm in rough shape here. I'm probably not going to be able to finish my mission. I mean, I might be able to like sneak through and knock out one or just the primary, but I only have 4 missiles. It's not going to be enough.
Incoming right.
Okay. That is optics. All right. I'm going to just try to... Come on, don't shoot again.
Incoming right.
Why? I gotta get away from this guy.
Incoming right.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to jam this one.
We're hit.
Shoot. Hitting the
Incoming
engine.
right.
Gotta get behind this mountain. Ugh.
Incoming.
And I think we just froze again. Okay, this is a problem. It just, yeah, DosBox not responding. Huh. Okay, that sucks. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do some Googling here. Figure out why DosBox is messing up here. Why it's freezing on some games. Especially this game. Could be a sound thing. Could be a sound thing. I know that some DOSBox games mess up if the sound settings aren't perfect. I mean, I had good sound though. Huh. I'm gonna actually share this. Whoops. Whoa, what did I just do? I'm gonna add this to my thing here. Let's see. Screen share, add, and then gonna change that to that and make it smaller. Of course, we're going to end up in Visual Studio Code. course we are. Okay. I like to set the language to just a thing called properties here, which gives us kind of the DosBox preferences. It's basically a properties key value thing. So DosBox freezes Gunship 2000. It's kind of a kind of a long shot. See if someone else has run into this. DMA segbound wrapping. What is that? Exit to error. And some old like vogons.org forum stuff here. If I could get this working regularly, I think I would probably stream this game quite a bit. Not because I think people will watch, just because I want to play it. Has something to do with memory or something? Joystick, serial, XMS, EMS, UMB. Don't need any of that. I don't know what IPX. Oh, IPX over UDP IP emulation. Auto exec. Surface overlay, OpenGL, NB. Full double. Full resolution. I've got 1280 by 960. I don't think that's the issue, but priority higher. Okay. Mem size 16 megabytes. I can't imagine 16 megabytes would be a problem for this thing. I used to play it on a machine with I think 2 megabytes. Can't imagine this would be a problem. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Render. Auto dynamic, normal, and simple. Well, if I just say normal, so let's do it this way. So normal. And then what's the CPU type? Auto 386. I think 386 is fine. I played it on a 486. I think. And a 286. But see, 386 is fine. That shouldn't be an issue. Cycle 6000 I heard was safe. Or I saw it online. Cycle up. Down, I'm not really using that. So the mixer. Yeah. Sound Blaster. SB1, SB2, SB16. What? Maybe SB1, I guess. SB1, 220, 7, 1. I'm going to keep this open when I start DosBox again. I'm going to try. And yes, I know that it's showing both here. I'll turn that off. Okay, so CD GS2K and then setup. And sound source, Sound Blaster. Think that's okay. So, I did SB1, so maybe that'll be better. Still having sound, I still can hear it. Okay, so... Oh, by the way, James Day. I actually messaged him a while back. Told him, hey, I really loved your game. He wrote back and he said, yeah, that was a fun game. Can only imagine what you could do now with modern computers. That was pretty cool. We're gonna try this again. Now with SB1 instead of the other Sound Blaster. I'm just gonna keep playing with this stuff. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, now that mission wasn't going anywhere anyway, so maybe it's best for me to do short missions. So T-55, so those are tanks. E-11, probably not a problem either. Extremely heavy. I'm gonna have to watch out for helicopters. Lots of helicopters. All right, base to primary. Knock that down. If I'm feeling good, I could probably go for the secondary, but probably not. I can do Apache again. So I'm gonna put some. We're definitely gonna need some stingers, hellfires, and a few more flares. We just don't get as many radar helicopters. Okay, so that's probably good.
Target front.
Take off here. Hit F10 and go into my thing here, and then we're going to be going pretty much just following this this road. So I go right here, just follow the road. So are there any big mountains in my way? There's that big one right there, but I can just go around it. All right, give it another try. I'll probably go for another... I'll do this mission. And then usually fly about 100, 125 feet, somewhere in that range. You don't want to go any higher than that, or else you start getting shot at from all directions. Usually not too many enemies near your base. So like in this amount of space for my base, I'm fine. I'll probably start seeing enemies around this first waypoint or maybe a little before. But I'm just going to do a quick, like, speedy time compression. .146 knots.
Target front. Incoming front.
Got him. Fly around that missile. There goes one. Just hoping it doesn't.
Target left.
Ooh, hip. So these
Incoming
guys,
front.
it says it's a transport, but they do have missiles as well. So it says to hit them with a Sidewinder, a Stinger, a Hellstreak, or a cannon. Don't use mini pods, sidearms, Mavericks, or Penguins on them. But let's see what happens here. Ooh, he missed. Whew, that was close. But I think I got him. Yeah, he's crashed on the ground there. You can see him on the left side of the screen. Alright, so I have to follow this road. If I see anything on the road, I'm going to blast them with the Hellfires. But I switched to Stinger for that because those are a fire and forget. You fire them, they home in on them. Hellfires are laser guided. You have to keep your nose pointed at whatever you're shooting. There are the Hellfire MMRs, the millimeter wave radars, which are fire and forget. But these are laser guided. I'm actually going to drop a little bit down. 100 on the right hand side, you can see I'm at 117 feet above the ground. And drop just a tad. I am searching for enemies right now, but I don't want to be too high. Well, maybe I should go up just a tad. And then drop back down before I attack. Oh, there's an enemy.
Target right.
Kill him. He might fire. Okay. He didn't. Okay. It's probably somewhere around here. Get the jump on him.
Target left. Incoming front. Target right.
Fire another one here.
Incoming front.
Yeah, there's a few enemies around here. I'm using up my missiles for sure. But I'm sure I'm gonna be seeing some.
Target left.
Okay, I should be able to take that guy out pretty easily. He only has a machine gun, so. Okay. Down to 3 more missiles on those pylons, and then I can switch to the inside ones and fire those. Alright, where are you at? Let me make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah, they're coming along this road right here. They gotta be coming along this road. I gotta watch for that. I might at some point fly a little higher, but I want to try to fly this route first and see if I can see them before they see me. If I go higher, yeah, I'll find them, but they'll find me too. Because they probably have radar. That's what that whip, whip, whip stuff is. It's a fun game. If it wouldn't freeze.
Target right. Incoming front.
Okay, I managed to jam that. You can jam it. Sometimes. Not always. 2 more missiles. I'm actually going to switch to my inboard missiles. Oh, there's an enemy right there.
Incoming right.
Oh, that's an infantry. Shoot. I don't like infantry. I'm going to switch to my cannon and close on him hard. Oh, this is going to be...
Incoming front.
It's going to be a problem.
Incoming front. Target right. Target right. We're hit.
Okay, almost
Incoming
there.
front. Incoming front. Target right. We're hit. We're hit. We're hit. Incoming
Not
front.
good.
Incoming left.
No. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get him.
Incoming front. Target left. Incoming front.
It's getting a little hairy. Okay, I gotta
We're
get this
hit.
guy with the cannon here. Got him. Oh shoot. I gotta assess my damage right now. Okay, hitting the port engine. They knocked my left wing off, and I'm hitting the engine. Or I mean in the cannon. Man, I've been knocking all kinds of stuff out, but I don't see my primary here. So, where is it? It's got to be around here somewhere. I'm going to go up a little ways. Let me see. So yeah, I only have 2 missiles left. And I only have 1 stinger left. That's going to be a problem if I'm trying to get out of here. I'm going to keep my Hellfire missiles. Just in case I meet a helicopter. Go up to about 150. A little higher than I like to be, but it is a little bit easier to see.
Target left.
Okay. There's a zoo. He can't really hurt me from that far away. I could probably sneak up on him, but... Or just shoot him with a missile, but... Kind of want to avoid him right now. I wouldn't have missed it already, right? Like, it's got to be somewhere around here. I'll go up a little higher. Watch my threat display. That guy doesn't have missiles. If he did, I would be kind of screwed. Oh, we got something else over there. Wonder what it is.
Target left.
Another zoo. Okay. 2 zoos. And I have no idea where that convoy is. T-55s. They gotta be around here somewhere. I'm gonna go fly around. I'm at 198 feet. I mean, I should be able to see them. Unless they're in that canyon? Like, I'm right where they should be, somewhere in this area. Maybe I'll search around here. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I might just go over in this area over here, and actually let me put a waypoint over there. Okay, this is really weird. I'm pretty high up. I'm gonna go higher. But dump it as soon as I see someone. Like, I'm way up there. I'm 376 feet right now. You're not supposed to be that high as a helicopter. And we could go after the E-11 platoon, which is further south, but kind of feel like with the pattern of enemies that we found, they've got to be somewhere in here. So I guess we're probably better off like flying. I guess I could go knock those 2 out with missiles. But like, I already checked there though. That's the thing. Like, are they further over? They might be over there. Beyond? Yeah, see, all the enemies were like, I'm gonna go up here again. I'm gonna go up here. Like, there were a ton of enemies right over here. We blew them all up. See all the wreckage on the ground below us. Yeah, there's nothing. Alright. Oh, hey, what do we got here? What do we got? What is that?
Incoming left.
It's a BMP-2. I don't want to...
Incoming front.
I'm getting down. Why is... Okay, there's a helicopter over there. There's a helicopter there. There's a BDRM there. And something over there. I probably need to knock that helicopter down and then... Yeah, I'll just keep flying around until it either crashes or I get what I need here. So Stinger is up. I'm just going to aim right at him. When I see him, he's dead. Fire the missile. Run away. That's the helicopters are blue on the threat display. On the bottom right. Stinger is anti-air. As soon as he pops up, just knock him down. Maybe go knock that other thing out with the cannon as well while I'm at it.
Target front.
Only problem with Heinz. Did I kill him? Yep, he's dead. All right.
Target right. Incoming right.
See if I can get down below his sight line here.
Incoming right.
Jeepers. Really?
Incoming right.
I hope I can keep jamming him because I need to get in closer.
Incoming front.
No. Okay, he missed. Oh, he's shooting machine gun at me
We're
now.
hit.
No. Oh, shoot.
Incoming front.
I think he hit my other engine. Ah. I kind of feel like I need to fly the Cobra, which is faster, and probably not on easy mode. Or easy flight mode. Because easy flight mode, you go so slow, because it kind of backs you off a little bit in order to manage that you don't, I mean, look at that, I'm dead. Luckily you can, like, recover. It says, let's consider for a moment that the last mission never really happened. It was just a bad dream, and in any event, it was probably just a fluke that you crashed. This function allows you to recover the pre-mission roster and fly again. The last mission is wiped from your record. Just consider it a hard lesson learned. Alright, we're alive again. Okay, next time when the game didn't crash, I crashed. But the next time I play this game, I'm not going to be playing it on such easy mode because I think that's my problem. It actually makes it harder because you don't move as quickly, where you can kind of stay outside of the range and then close quickly and knock them out with your cannon. So, all right, well that's it. Kind of a fun little experiment, and I'll probably be streaming again. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll probably upload this to YouTube. Go check it out at twitch.tv/JaminHolmgren. I mostly stream React Native coding, but I am probably going to be doing some Gunship 2000 in the future, so click that follow button. We'll see y'all later. Bye.